Yes, I should start with since there's no one. Can you hear me? Okay, good. So let me talk about some main stuff first. So homework one will be uploaded later to the Blackboard because I need the TA to take a look before I give you the homework to check the difficulty first. But will be today or tomorrow. I'll upload it to the Blackboard system. You have 1 week to finish it. Don't worry. I mean, the homework should take no more than half an hour. If you take more than half, suppose it's 15 minutes, but if you take more than that, then you should study a little bit more. Because all questions are pretty very straightforward. The second thing would be the test time. This test time. So in the Blackboard, because we are going to do a decentralized exam, which allow us to decide whether we want to do open book or what, but it will be the I put on the announcement here. We have 3 choices, either the first day or the Friday. Okay, either Thursday night or Friday night or Friday afternoon. So let me know which is the time you prefer, and then just go there and fill in your name, your ID, and then which section you're in, and then just tell me the time for the test. So it's going to be 1.5 hours, slightly less than the 2-hour standard, but I think should be fine. So is that okay? Of course, just if you think it's good, try to fill it in anytime. And then if you're a legitimate reason, some they will decide when to do the makeup for you, but you will be doing at the same time others, but that would be the goal. So any question before we get started? Okay. If no, then we're going to talk about some Excel add-in. We'll talk about it very quickly because the reason I talk about this because some of you are using the Mac, then they reflected there's no add-in in the system. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I just very briefly go over the add-in, and then we go to R. Okay. So any question before we start? For those who arrived late, I have announced that we have a homework which we will post in the Blackboard later today or tomorrow. In the Blackboard, there's an announcement about the test time. So I give you choice of 3. You can just either the last week first day or the last week Friday. Okay, either Thursday night or Friday afternoon or Friday night. Okay, so just let me know your availability, and then I pick the one that best suit for most, and then if you really can't make it, then with good reason, then we can schedule a makeup all together again. So we'll talk a little bit about Excel add-in. Okay, so quickly Excel, and then we'll go to the so if you look at the slides, I didn't cover one part. Is I have a non-cover, but it's for Excel add-in. Okay. Let me share the screen. Although there's no pre-poll here, but let me still share the screen. So this is called Excel add-in. I hope you do notice that Excel by itself has a lot of function, but it's not super convenient. Okay. And because there's some, suppose you want to find the mean variance or the thing, then it's not that easy. It's a type a lot. So is there any shortcut to that? Yes. So that is add-in comes in. So add-in is something like the an additional package that allow you to calculate things much easier and much quicker. And that means that they don't have formula to give you. So they just output what they want, and you can't check what it is, okay? But that is much faster than the spreadsheet function, okay? So the first thing is how to install this thing. So just go to the Excel. I hope you have it on your computer. If you using a Mac, then probably you want to open the PC there, but if not, then it's fine. So if you can able to find a file, okay, and then we go to options, and then you have to add in, okay. Here you can see that if the add-in is not everything there, what we need is the NS2 pack. This is the one. Okay. We want this to be available to us. So we will set go. Okay. And I take the NS2 pack. Is that okay? If you have a question, let me know, because it's a more like lab section. So you can consider this a more than tutorial style. So any question? Any question? Is that okay? Sorry for the. This is the first time also. this way, I just ask. cannot. please, you can check your email. I think you should. They said in the email there's a CUHK lab account information. Check your email if you. Provide latest to your plan to tell you that homework one will be on the platform today or tomorrow. Just try to go to the platform announcement page to receive the test time, which I want you to tell me how. Then you have to go to the counter ask go down to counter. Không phải sale về gọi các bên I guess we should get started because otherwise I think we may not be able to finish on time. So here I hope that I just redo it this one again. File, option, and add in, and you go to the NS2 tag. Okay, this is something I want to activate. I just go and I take this one. Is that okay? If you don't have the, is that okay? Once you do it, I click OK. Then you should be able to see one thing is go to developer tab. So go to data tab. You should have the data analysis. See a data. You should be able to see in the data. There's an analysis button. For those who can't do it, let me know. I could come to help you. Okay. Okay. Is there anyone have that data analysis? Okay. Any more? Okay. And that now we create some data here. Okay. Data X. Okay. And then we say 1, 2, and anyway, doesn't matter. We just random input some number. Okay. That is what we want to do. Okay. We highlight it. Okay. You just want to pick up whatever number. Okay. This is data. Okay. Now, what I want to do is to ask Excel to tell me a lot of summary statistics. So data analysis. Okay. And then what we were doing, we'll be using, we call descriptive statistics, which is the title of our first topic. So here, is that okay? Just go okay. Is anyone able to see this picture? Let me repeat again. Data analysis. And then you just we call descriptive statistics and click OK. Then you're able to see this one. Anyone who can't see it, let me know. Is that okay? Those who don't have the login, then please ask the guy in the which I can read on the form call, the BA letter that they tell you. Okay. But if not, then you can just try to ask your classmate, you can work together. Okay. That matter. Okay. So the input range. So the first one is input range. And the data, we write in this way, mean by group by column. Okay. The data is entered in the column way. Each column represents one category. Okay. And here I've labeled in the first row because X is in the first row. Okay. So what I'm going to do, input will be just easily, I can just click the column A, then you'll be the first whole column. The Excel is very smart, so you don't have to. You can also do this, it's also fine. Okay. Either you just drag the whole area or you just drag the whole column, will not be an issue. Then once you're done, then you, okay. Or if you don't like, you can just type this thing, okay? Same as what you do Excel, just like you can do A1 up to AA, okay? That's also fine. So you don't have to click this and select, okay? Or you just type, okay? And here I have a label in the first row. If I do this, I can do A1. If I don't have this, I can just plus 8. I can do just A2. Okay. So, and then you can tell the data where you output. So output range is you have to choose whatever you like. Maybe I start at C1 with where I put the data here. Okay. So I want the summary statistics. Okay. And that's done. Okay. Then you tell me the column 1. If I have include the label, they will call X. Okay. Then we tell us everything we want: mean, SD, median, mode, SDs, sample variance, kurtosis skewness, range, max, mean, sum, count. Is that okay? Then let me do it again. So suppose I enter variable Y, okay, and also have 5, 6. Anyway, what number we like doesn't really matter. Okay, so Excel is also able to do the 2 columns at the same time. So let me repeat the work I do. I do data analysis. Okay, I do descriptive statistics. Okay, okay. And the input here, actually, instead of 2 input, I have actually 2 columns. So I can actually highlight the 2 columns A and B, or you can just type A1 up to BH. It's also fine. Okay. And the output you also see. Any questions? Then you can okay. This is how. If any help, just raise your hand and come. Raise your hand if you need help. Okay. So I click this. Now I have 2 columns. The Excel can also do the job for me. Okay. So, but there are things I need to delete it first because. I've labeled in the first row, so that's why they complain. So that's how you see I can have quickly the 2 column have the mean, median, SD, sample kurtosis. Basically, we learn what is open Excel. Just let me know if you have any questions. We don't have the email, they probably just go to the portal and ask to let Is that okay? I'm sorry about that thing. Because suppose you can use your ID to log in, I don't know why you can't. For some reason, I guess. I don't know. Is that okay? Any questions? Okay. So let's quickly talk about the 2 remaining things I want to show you is what we call the covariance and coefficient coefficient in the data analysis. Okay. So again, we go to here, and what we use is we use correlation and covariance. And indeed, later you will see we actually, for the second to last topic, we will cover ANOVA, and we'll cover regression, and we cover basically everything in the t-test and z-test all here. So basically, and also f-test. So we'll cover, I think, more than 80% of this thing. And this thing basically is not all of them. A large part of it actually inside the PE part. The high part is all the functions here. Okay, if you want to have fun, you can have fun by yourself. But at the moment, I want to talk about covariance and correlation. For covariance, the idea is similar. So click OK here. Then you just tell them which range you want. Here I have 2 columns because covariance you need 2 data sets. Okay. And data is grouped by column. So if data is like 1 column, 1 variable. If your data is horizontal, then it's by row. Okay. And here I have a label in the first row. Okay. And output, I just choose cell number G1, I guess. Okay. This is what I want to output. Okay. And I click, is that okay? Then if I click OK, the output should be there. Is that okay? You click OK, then your output. So let me click this one first. Okay. So this actually gives you the outcome of what we want. Okay. And indeed, this is covariance. Okay. This is so this is the covariance, negative from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what is this guy? This guy is called variance. Variance of y, this is variance of x. This covariance x is the variance. Okay. So there's a name here that is called variance covariance table. Okay. Technically, it's covariance matrix. Of a matrix in this class, so let's read it. Variance covariance table. Okay. And the next thing I want to talk about is the correlation, the same idea. Correlation, okay? And you do the same thing, okay? Input range is again the 2 column here, or just click whatever you like, okay? And then there's label in the first row. If you have it. And then output range is I want it to be say G5, say. Okay. So I have a correlation table or correlation matrix, technically. So it would be 1 and 1 is negatively correlated, is very weak. So basically they are not related, I mean just close to 0, right? So basically they are completely unrelated. Okay. any questions? First of the problem of the computer, I a little bit of software, okay? Because I don't want to come to get people to focus. So if you can focus and you can sorry about okay. I'm sorry if for those who don't have the login, either you just use other brands or you just have the software, then you use then I'll get back to the question. So let's have a short break of 10 minutes. But before we do it, just a reminder that first thing is to go to CSK Lab account to make sure that you have the thing. If you're not, then just email Henry or just the phone call and ask to come. And just remind you that we have a homework will be released today or tomorrow. And the test time, just go to the blackboard. Just fill in your preferred time to have our exam for this class. So you go to here, there's an announcement here. Just fill in this form. Try to tell me will be the last week. Other Thursday or Friday, we have the test. Okay? It's only we don't have midterm. Okay, so only one thing. I don't want to take trouble. One thing. Okay, so let's have a break of 10 minutes, and we come back 9:28. And in case your computer doesn't work, you want to try, you can try my computer. It's okay. Okay. If you really want to run the Excel, just don't do obscene thing there. But otherwise, you can use my computer. Let's see our video. Is it working? So we will be using this our studio. So let's try to see that. Using your own laptop, you try to install it right now. But you need to install two things. You need to install our and our studio. The two things. So you need program R and R studio. That will be the two software we use. R is the main program we install, and you install R first and install R studio. Okay. So Google R, you have your own computer. I don't know whether it works on iPad, probably not. Video, so how to download R? Just Google R, then should be fine. So basically, you will be doing this. So in case you are interested in downloading our program, and this is the web page. Go to R, and then you can have many things. Just download R. Okay, and you go to this humongous page. Doesn't really matter. Just tell you where you can download. You can just pick whatever you like. I don't know which one you want. Maybe you can pick something closer to us. I don't know what's this. KDDO is in Hong Kong, so it should be fast. So once you get to here, then you just download, depend on the system. Linux, Mac or Windows, you can just Mac would be the same thing. Okay, you just download the package, or your window, you just download. The most of you are doing is the window, and then just the base, just the uh, just the base, and then you just download this guy. And then, okay, really want to have it on your own computer. Once you download it, install, and once you install, then you can install another software we call our studio. So it's here, our studio. The type R and studio, and this is not a software, but it's easier to for us to edit out. So download, and then you go to the free version. Okay. Why you would be paying it is only if you're doing it for commercial license. We are not doing for business, and then free. So then you just download it. Okay. So you can see you have required to turn on first step once it's done. Okay. I just tell you basic kind of computer. I see. Okay. Someone told me that if you happen to have an iPad, you can still use the web version. Of course, you can start for free, and then you just. But later you need to pay. Okay. But that allow you to use it as when you use an iPad. You have to use it on the web because this is a web page. For our purpose, we just use the standard one. Okay. But we'll be talking about this. Find a little bit constraint on that because of the lab issue, which I apologize. So everyone can get this one, our video. If you don't, then let me know. Okay. Now, once you have it, then we will be talking about how to work on it. So we go to the slide again. So we've done everything in this set of slides. Okay. So we do R, and we try to explain why we need R, because R is one of the most commonly used in the industry. Okay. The other thing you can imagine is MATLAB and Python. Okay. And as I said in the very beginning of the first class, that R will share some similarity with Python in terms of data processing. So you learn out, and in some sense, Python will be faster. And sometimes R is faster than Python in terms of data handling. So that's why you really write in some Python code. Actually, sometimes we call for R. You can call it R and run. Okay. And third reason why we learn R is because actually, I think Microsoft has buying some of the R developers. So in the future, R is very likely to be using in Excel. The Excel will be gone, the B.B.A will be gone. Anyway, R is worth learning. So as I said, you can download this already. I hope you're already there, but in the lab computer of that. But if you don't, you just go there and download, okay? If you're home. So the same thing, we just type this and see whether you know what's going on there. So when you open, you will see this page, okay? This is I think it's a pretty new system, Second Pro. So here the console is where we type. For those who never learned programming, you will find this where this is the computer when I was young. Okay, you never see this thing. It's a black screen is like this. That's how I do now. But now you never have this luxury to have this thing. But now we go back to this very old system, and you may ask why we are interested in this old style program, because this is fast. Okay, we do a lot of data. You want to work on this rather than calculate. Okay, to become a real programmer. Okay, so now let's try log. Okay, same as Excel, we try to do the calculator. So we just put 1 + 1, okay, here, and put enter. Then you get an answer 2, okay? And then similarly, you can say 2 × A to get 16. Okay, so this is I think this is the first thing you want to do. And the next thing probably I wanted to tell you is, I guess sometimes the font are very small, especially for me who teach now. So you want to change the font size. Maybe I zoom a little bit bigger. So, oh no, I think the zoom is a wrong idea. I think I just used it, but I use a 16 font size. Wrong. So appearance 16. Yes. Maybe 14. Yeah. I think 14 is a good one. Okay. Because for you to see. So let me do it again. 1 plus 1 give you 2. And 2 times 8 give you 16. And you can also raise to the power. 3 to the power 3 to be 27. Okay. So this is the very basic of our R calculator. Okay. Now I just proceed according to the slide we have here. So we can just try all this. Okay. And typing and enter is a kind of tedious. So we are trying to do real program. We call the programming. So we try the program. Okay. Here you go to file and go to the file script. Okay. So we are really going to do file, new file, our script. Okay. Repeat file, new file, and then you go to the R script. Is that okay? Once you have this R, you will have this one. Okay. So let me know if you don't. Let me do it. Okay. And we will try to do the same thing we do, say 1 plus 1. Okay. And then how to run this? You will send this to the computer by clicking the button run. Okay. And you run, then you will send it here. Okay. Okay. Say I say 3 times 8. Okay. And I click run. Okay. It will be sent to here. Okay. If you want to run 2 lines together, you highlight them and just run. Okay. Then you will run the 2 lines simultaneously. Okay. So this is how you can see rather different from the standard C programming or other different. The C program, you have to write all program and run it. Okay. This is what try it hard. Python usually you have to run the whole program. Sometimes you can still run line. Most likely you have to run the whole program. But anyway, I hope you learned this is called a script or called our script. It's nothing but a text file. Okay. The file type is called .r, but it means nothing. Okay. But let us save the file because you will use again. Okay. So you will be safe. In this file, you can choose whatever you like. I save it on desktop, but okay, I just save it. Okay. This is the file you can open anywhere. Okay. Is there any question for this one so far? Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is what we call the basis of the R. Okay. For Excel, the basis is the spreadsheet, right? Everything, the data is stored in spreadsheet. Okay. But R, because you are aiming to looking at very big data set, right? So it's no way you can express things in the spreadsheet. Although we can view things in spreadsheet, but later you will see for our purpose, we will not do it. Okay, we will do it in a more programming way. We'll call variable or data structure. Okay, but first thing we learned is called column vector, C. Okay, actually that's the same as what we are doing here. We store data in each column. Okay, so in order to declare, go back to the slide. In order to declare the data, you call C and you put C1, C2, C3, C, whatever, up to Cn, this is the data. Okay, and this is the basic thing of the R. And for our purpose, only for our purpose, we focus on data frame, which you can imagine this exactly the spreadsheet. Okay, each data frame is a one spreadsheet. Okay, and you define spreadsheet by column. Okay, this is one column X, this column Y. Okay, give the example. Okay, maybe give example a little bit after the next slide. I will give example quickly. Okay, so and the next thing I want to talk about is assignment statement. Okay, which is very useful. It's called this one. Okay, is I store the one number into, say, number 3 into X. Okay, and number 2 into Y. I can do calculator. X plus Y will be just replaced by B plus 2. And X minus Y will be X minus 2. So let's type it out. Then I'll talk about the data structure quickly. Okay. So suppose X, the first one is less than or equal, okay, which is above, next to the M, okay, and this is called the dash, is next to the plus sign, okay, or next to the 0, okay. X I assign 3, okay, and Y I assign 5. Then I can calculate X plus Y or X minus Y, okay. And first, suppose you run line by line, okay. I run the first line, you can run, okay. Then once you run it, you can see on the right hand side, the data is here. Okay, so this is the place where I'll put the data. Okay, so instead of spreadsheet, you will see from here. Okay. Secondly, if you run Y assigned to 5, actually it's here. Okay, so you can imagine we don't need to remember the cell name, but rather we will already number here. Okay, and then I have X plus Y. Okay, this gives us 8. I can have also X minus Y. I can give you this -2, right? But do note that I also can do the same thing. I can combine the two things together. I can have X times Y. Okay, then if I run it, then I have a Z, which is the product of the two. So you look at camera as more than patient. Camera as one. Make sure that your calculator is more than 30%. Okay. Good. Now we want to tell you the next thing is the data, right? So that is we handle the data. So here is the following. So X, I would tell is column letter 1, 2. Okay. Y is 2, 3. And also okay. So what it's actually doing, let me show you the Excel first. You know what's going on here. So basically, what they're doing is doing this. X and Y here. Okay. And 1, 2, and what's the number? 2, 3. Okay. So that is exact. Oh, let me get back there. So this is exactly what that code was doing. Then we compare and contrast. Okay. So this is X, C1, 2. Okay. If you put more number, there's more number down. Here the same, Y, 2, 3 here. Okay. And it's how you input the data here, you can put a lot. Okay. And what we want to show you the first one is I have to add this. Okay. What's adding meaning for adding two columns? It's adding element by element. Okay. So basically what is doing is I calculate this. This. Okay. And I call it Z. And I do the same for every single element. Okay. So it should give us this number. Okay. So let's convince you that is the case. Okay. We'll be doing here. What we're doing is X. Okay. Before X is a number. Okay. Now not a number. Now I want to put it in column. Okay. The method the same thing you can get. So X, I call 1 and 2. Okay. Let's run this line. You will see X. You will see X now is a number, right? It's 1 and 2. So the number we have from 1 to 2 is a 2 number there. Y is equal to column 2 and 3. Okay. That would be the number. Okay. Now I want to calculate this. Z will be X plus Y. So I need a new column that element by element you adding together. So you can see I have 3 and 5. Okay. If you really want to show it, just have Z, then you will show the answer here. Okay. So this is how you handle the data. Okay. Excel handle data. Sorry. I'll handle data by column. Okay. And today that we done that. Okay. Just a minor thing. Probably you would not use it for our class, but it will be useful for your future purpose. Is you can define, say, database. Data can be data dot frame. Okay, little bit weird notation, and you could put X and Y. We already define X and Y already. Okay, and this is actually creating spreadsheet. Okay. Actually, we'll be probably using it sometime later, but supposedly usually we call DF because data frame. So I have that. Then you will see here I have data because for the data actually usually stored in data frame is a spreadsheet. Okay, and actually when you click this is a very small spreadsheet button. Okay, actually you will show you the spreadsheet. Okay, but it will not. I don't think it's just we need it for our purpose. We will save it for when we need it. Okay? So we just need to know one thing. Is data is stored in a vector column. So that's the most important thing for data frame thing. You can save it for when we need it. Okay? The moment, you don't need just need to know the notation called C, which is storing the whole column. And the other one you need to know is the arrow, okay, is putting this value to here. And here's the name to store. Do note that capital letter and small letter. So that is now. I think we need to talk about what are the functions. Okay, so this will be same, very similar to we learned in the Excel, right? And Excel there's a typo. Excel here is a count is counting how many things in the vector, okay? And sum is summing everything in the column, okay? So here, let's do it, okay? Now, if I have sum x, it will be summing every element x. So it should get you 3, okay? Sum x, get 3. If I have sum y, it will give you 5. Okay, this is the sum. And the other one that is very trivial one again is count x and count y. And count means that you just, as we see in the notes, it's just like, sorry, not count, because count is an Excel function, so it just have to be length. Sorry, it doesn't length. To run the length. So length of them is 2. Okay. Suppose I have I just add one more thing to the x and y. Say, okay, I make x and y longer. Okay, then you can see length should become 3. Okay, so length is same as count in Excel. And sum again is very simple to summing all elements, right? So suppose in this newer set of data, then the sum will be like this. Any questions? I know it's very easy, but at least after this class, you can write your theory, something, right? To give you something. And here, that is something we need later too, is take to the power, okay? Same like Excel. SQL is same as Excel, exponent and Excel. But in the context of R, you will apply this also to the column. Which means that you apply this will apply to every element. Okay. So let me show you this. Okay. So suppose x is like 1, 2, 5, right? So what you see x squared will be squaring every element in the data. So it will be 1, 4, 25. Okay. So let's see. So you have 1, 4, 25. Okay. Because you take square, you square everything in the data. Okay. Same idea for SQRT. If I do this, every data gets squared. Okay. You have that. Square root of 1, square root of 2, square root of 5. Okay. And the same when you go to exponential. Okay. If you exponential x, okay, it will be raising 2.718 power 1 to the power 2 to power 5. Okay, so it's different from Excel. How if you are what we call the vector-based program, and if you do it column by column, actually that the reason why you want to do this will be the calculation will be much faster. Moving by column. Okay. Any question before we proceed? So, as I said, if you multiply by 2, apply every element. Where you do that? And add them, okay, here is a little bit 60 multiplier of the not a product. This is exactly the sum product idea. For the typo here, but let's try to tell. Okay, so if you have x equal to 2 and 3, okay, and y equal to 3 and 4, okay, and x times y will be 6 and 12. Multiply element. So later you will see why we did this idea. Help us to calculate all the formulas and stuff. Okay. Now, I think we are ready to, if you don't have any question, I think we are ready to tell you every single formula that used in the class. Any question? Okay. So suppose now I create random data. I don't really care, but we can create as long as we like, just some number here. Okay, you can make it as long as you want. You don't have to follow me. I just put a random sequence of numbers. Okay, just pick up your light. So we talk about mean, median, mode, the closest, all the things one by one. Okay, so we talk about mean. Here the mean is just mean of this function. Okay, and you can see I put a C of this. This is trying to tell you that it's very similar to Excel. So this is the idea why I Excel doing this with the same thing. Okay, but remember again, you have already named this thing to X, so that's mean of it. Okay, so let's try it. So mean of X. So highlight the two things, run. Okay, very fast, give you the mean 6.5. So of course you can also do the mean of Y, mean of Z, doesn't really matter. Okay, the mean, and similarly you can do the median, X. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Highlight the whole thing. Median is 5.5. Okay. So this mean and median is rather straightforward. I don't think I need to talk more. Right. Of course, if you want to do the mean, you can use the more basic function, right? You can challenge yourself by saying that sum of X divided by count of X. Okay, this should give you the same result. Oh, sorry, not count, because it's R, so length. Okay. So this gives you the two results are the same. Okay. So this, you may ask what is actually the mean in the system. That is it. But already the software written so that you don't have to type two things. Okay. Now the next question is to calculate mole, okay? And to calculate mole, the problem is R do not have a given function, okay? So R is very similar to your smartphone, okay? Your smartphone comes in the system with some basic function, okay? If you want to go to use say Facebook or whatever, you can choose a browser, right? But you really want to install app. Once you app, then you are very much same as here R. Okay? We download our videos, our data is the baseline, the basic. Okay? So in order to expand your power, download app. Okay? So that is the convenient for our video is download app is very simple. Okay. Now I will talk about how to download app here. So either the two things is you call the function of install stock packages, okay? And then you have to add a bracket, okay? And then you add a colon, okay? So this looks okay if you are programmer, you'll find this natural. But the easiest thing is to use our video function. Go to here. Here I have the right-hand corner is of packages. Okay. And then go to packages, install. Package install. And once package install, I have to. Okay, anyone who can't get it with the package install. Okay. And here just type what you want to do with the bonus. It's M.O.D.E.S.T. It's mode estimate. Okay. Once you're done, you can install. Okay, you will download from somewhere. Okay. And once you're done, actually you see this appear in your library. Okay. You want to load it, right? So there is a thing is rectangle square here. Just click this one. Okay, click this one. You click this one, actually you will see library mode estimate. Okay, next is the syntax. Library is calling for loading the package. Okay? So this is a bit different. This is like we install the app. Okay, now you want to use it. You click on tap on this side. So this side is tap on the icon, load it. Okay, you have to click this one and load it. So the easiest thing to make your life easy when you really want it, is just copy this thing. Okay, usually you put it at the very beginning of your file. That is the usual standard. Okay, you put it at the beginning of your file. Then everyone who read your program will know this is needed. Just highlight it. Okay, it's there. Now we will tell you how to use this function. We will use this function. We call M.Phil. I think the most frequent array. Okay. Exactly the mode. So because this is the package, right? We can always use M.Phil with the file. You don't have to use the file. Okay. But the problem is how you say everyone can write package. So different people package the same thing. Okay. It is convention. If you use the package, you will just put the name there. You put colon before you. Okay. This is not necessary. Okay. You can just have this and use the word. Okay. But for the package that you don't continue. But for our class purpose, I just do it because easier. Okay. So let's show you this. If I do MFV X, okay, then you will give us X, because X is the most frequent. Of course, as I said, if you don't want to, can be confusing, okay, you would do this, okay, cut the package, let's do column, look at this, okay? But when you getting more advanced, okay, packages, then they have the main concept, the weight of one. For every form, but just for the sake of safety, we just do this, okay? So this is give you the mode. Okay. We know the mean, median, and the mode. Okay. Now we want to do the rest, right? Range. Okay. Again, I mean, because it's so simple, there's no formula for range. Again, we rely on max and the mean. Okay. So for this one, we will do the max. Okay. Minus the mean. Okay. I'll just do one set, right? Because we don't really need to set it. Max minus the mean, give the range. Okay. So one thing I want to talk is here is I want to say something about commenting your code, because your code can be very dirty, can't even see it. So in order to comment the code, you can add a sharp, okay, and this is called range. Okay, and what is it doing is it just have a sharp sign, which means that your program will not run it. Just consider it. If I do this, there's no difference. Okay, people know it, right? And so this is also the average. Okay, so this average is also mean, right? And if you want to comment, right, with some comment, this is the median, right? This is the mode, that's mode. Right? So this is how add a comment on your script, so that if you read it several weeks later or send it to a friend. And it's very important to keep track of what you write. The writing, comment, and post very important. And you should write it in a consistent style. You're not programmed, so that's fine. But try to stick to a good practice. Just like penmanship, right? You can write, but if you have a good penmanship, then it's more safe to other people. Same here. Okay, range. Now we're talking about the quartile. Okay, so the quartile, another simple is a quartile function. I mentioned in the class. You put your vector x, and we want it to be control. This is Q1, and as I mentioned in the class, there as many as 9 quartiles you can do. So we focus on the one we use like that, which is type. Look at the quartile included in the Excel type set. We just focus on type 6 here. Okay? So we have say Q1 will be quantile x 125, okay, and type equal to 6. Okay, so this, if you run this will give us the first quantile. Okay, 5%. And if you want Q3, okay, that will be the same, but 0.75. Okay, so immediately you will see what's IQR, right? IQR would be this perspective, right? So you can just write one one set. That's this minus this. Okay. So this will give us the answer. Okay. So Q1 is 4, Q3 is 8, so the difference will be 4. Okay. So this is how we find IQR. Any questions? Variance candidate. Okay. So in our by default, actually there's IQR. I forgot to mention this. Actually, we don't have to do that. Actually, you can write IQR. And then type 6. Sorry. So you can have that direct. I'm sorry to mention that. Should have mentioned that. The IQR. So we use Excel. Excel will have the choice of population and sample. For R, automatically we give you the sample word. Okay? These are two samples. Okay? It's VR and ST. Okay? Not this is ST BUV for okay? But ST BUV dot S. VAR dot S. Okay? So we have the variance, okay, will be VRX, okay, and we have SD, okay, it's just SDX, okay. So very simple. This is the sample variance. This is the sample standard deviation, okay. So there's nothing worth surprising or very deep here, but just you need to know the notation. Okay, so if you want to calculate the coefficient of variation, right? So it's just very simple. If you want to calculate CV, then will be just SDX over mean of X, right? So this will give you the C. Any question? Now, what I want to show you is some minor programming in R, and then you can learn how to do little bit our program. Okay, so I'm not doing kurtosis and skewness. Okay, but I tell you how to calculate the population variance, and you can extend the same idea to use kurtosis function. Okay, I now teach you how to do the population variance first. The slide is here. Okay, so what we're going to do is this is the formula. Okay? So we'll teach you how to create this formula. Okay? So the first thing is data, which is data. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. The next thing is I have to calculate n, which is length 4. Okay? And something calculate first is x bar. And then will be the mean of x. Next step is you have to calculate each element different from the mean. Right? So subtract from the mean, which we define as equal. You can put whatever name, and every element is square, so it's square. And then add element together, sum of all. And you divide it. Okay, let me do it. Because I think that would be good to do it together. Once you understand this concept, then you will be able to do it. Okay. So the data is X. I don't need to do it, right? So I just picked this one again to be consistent. I just put X. Okay. And then you can put whatever number you like. So N is the length of X, right? Because this is the denominator, right? And the next thing is I need to calculate the sum of the mean of X. So it's X bar, okay, will be X minus, will be sum of X, sorry, will be the mean of X, okay? And I have the deviation, which is equal to X minus X bar, okay? So you may ask why I do these two steps, okay? And actually you don't have to do this step. You can, how do you put it? So you don't have to do, you can simplify not doing these two steps, okay? You can directly say deviation is equal to X minus mean of X, right? That makes our life easier, right? Simplify, okay? In case you, and the next thing is I want deviation square, right? So it is just deviation to the power because you square every element, right? And then what you want to do is you would call the sum deviation square, right? Which is sum of all deviation square. Okay. Again, you will complain why I write so many steps. And simplify. Right? Actually, you can have just do the last step. Okay. Instead of this, you can do this. Sum of X minus mean of X and square. They're the same thing. So that's how you can see people write a very complicated code. Actually, it's by doing all these things. Okay. And then the variance, right? The variance P is indeed this guy over N. Okay. Right. And you again complain why I do this, all this thing, right? I can just simply forget about all this and do it once and for all. And this one equation, which is exactly you're able to see from the math. Okay, so that's why the convenient is just do this, then you're done. Okay, and you actually don't even need this. You can all even do that. Okay, and you just one step. Okay, and then the answer already there is 11.65. Okay, but I just do in the slide, I do it one step up. So step by step. Here I believe square element square and sum everything. But this is not required or right? This comes with the folder. Just told you that you can do whatever you can do what we do in the slide, right? Just one by one. Okay, you can do it, as I said here, you can do line by line. Okay. Because here I calculated, again, repeat your data, calculate your length, calculate the mean, minus the mean, square, sum of the square, and divided by n. Okay. And I don't have the time to cover function. Maybe next time when we come back to the lab, we can talk about function. Okay. So because of the time, but I can just maybe just here you can see. So I guess that's the end of today's class. The question, I'm not answering the question. I can go on to the topic. Okay. So you want to leave, you can leave now. Just make sure that you would try to fill in the text time, and there will be the assignment posted today or tomorrow. The deadline is, I think, I think you want more than 100. But you shouldn't, as I said, you shouldn't take more than 50 to 30 minutes. So any question from the Zoom? Oh, I forgot to open the video. Okay, good. I mean, I have the screen, but don't have me here, but I think it should be fine. I'm sorry about that.